The unit costs of this exploitation system are $34.47 per metric ton in operation costs, preparation and exploitation. $7 per metric ton transportation from the mine to the plant. $35 per metric ton treatment. $3.82 per metric ton, 5% of commercialization cost, plus 15% general expenses, $11.46 per metric ton. All these make a general total of $91.75 per metric ton. This is considering approved and accessible reserve of 2,733 metric tons on the Julia vein, as an example. And this is continuing to Gloria vein at level 4,048. We already have 2,041 meters of labors between cuts, adits, and chimneys in between the different levels of our project Porvenir Claruky. This means that we had already invested a total amount of $600,000, and we had executed all these labors in 27 months. All this inventory that we had presented to you is not considering the amount of mineral already identified in these small cuts, small workings performed at the different labors. So we are very confident in increasing the total amount of our reserves. In order to execute this project, we are thinking to do it in a stage, a very planified stage system. Starting at Julia vein from the upper level, 4,177 level, and this level is very easily accessed, and its exploitation is immediate. After that, after exploiting Julia vein, we can install tracks at 4,048 level, and this is Gloria vein. And with these tracks, we can prepare the sub-levels, and with the sub-levels, we can prepare the workings according to a progressive and plan. We can also consider, we have to consider also that the environmental study has to be performed in order to obtain the permissions. And once we get our environmental study approved, we can get our Certificado de Operaciones Mineras, which is our certificate of mining operations that allow us to the rights to buy explosives and continue the exploitation into the exploitation stage. Okay, from an operational point of view, we also just suggest to work close together with the community. This is a very good policy in order to avoid any possible problem, any possible social problem. So the community has workforce already prepared for these tasks. So we have to prepare and deliver this exploitation, and the workers will be personnel from the same community. Working with the community, we have a total cost of $79.70 per metric ton. But this is covering only the handwork. And the company will have to supply the trucks, explosives, transport, mineral treatment, general supervision and technical assistance. And resuming all this, the costs will be more or less the same than the ones already presented. Here we have different views of the area. This is a general view of the Porvenir Claruky project from the river. Down here we have a general view of the Claruky project from the top of the hill. More views. Here we are sampling the low-grade mineral already deposited in the surface. Another view of this sampling works being done on the surface, evaluating, assessing the low-grade mineralization in the surface. We are resampling the small works of low-grade at the surface. We are unloading here the equipment in order to systematically select the mineral. Here we are installing the selection plant. Here we are installing the bin of this systematic selection, and the mesh with 1/4 opening for the mineral coming from the mineral already selected. This is the bin, and the belt utilized to transport all this material already selected. And this is a panoramic view of the plant of selection. Another view of the belt transporting the material that had already been selected. The fines of the selected material, loading these fines into the trucks, and leveling the material up on the truck. Here we are sampling the mineral, analyzing these samples with an spectrometer. Here we have some views of the parties performed at the day of the work at the Porvenir mine. They are celebrating the work day, the day of the workers. More dances at Cabanilla, supporting the community. The miners, which are dancing, a special dance, a miners' dance, also commemorating the working day. More social activities at Porvenir mine. All these views are showing the very close relation between the mine and the community. Very good relation with the community. Here we are distributing gifts for Christmas, and another view of Christmas time at this community. We are supporting the community with several minor works. Here are the ladies, the same ladies of the community, which are working, performing some works, and supported by the company. This is a meeting with the community of Tancoaña at Porvenir mine. This is a very specific tradition here at the Altiplano. They are paying motherland. What you can see here is different small figures, 2 persons, and all this is performed in order to pay motherland for all its gifts.